To see Celsius as a $100 stock, you have to look past the current headlines and see exactly where their next wave of massive growth is coming from. In this video, we'll look at the expansion blueprint, then we'll enter the bear den. To buy a stock with a $100 price target, you can't just look at the positives. You have to actively try to break that thesis and understand what the bears are saying, and then you have to go into each of the bear cases and dismantle their reason. To start off, let's look at Celsius future growth opportunities. We'll be checking out the untapped international markets, how they're gaining market share, and then we'll look at the distribution kings that are getting their products from the facilities to the customer's hands. So starting off looking at market share, we can see that they are steadily gaining market share already. Now, one call is in Q2 is when Alani new acquisition happened. So that 10.8% up to 17.2 is largely due to that. Then the next quarter to go up another percent, they acquired Rockstar. But the past two quarters, the additional 1% each quarter they've gained, that's all fair game that they're gaining market share. Next, looking at the international markets, you can see that Celsius is largely just starting to expand internationally. And you can see the overall contributions from the international markets is very minuscule at less than 5%. And when looking at Monster and Red Bull, these are going to be the main competitors that they're always going to be compared to. You can see that the two big dogs in the energy drink space, they're about 50-50. And Monster, since they're a public company, we can see that in early 2026, they've had a little bit over $1 billion of international net sales. And if we flip back to Celsius, Q1, all they've had is $35 million contribution from international. So 35 million over a billion. Yeah, the runway is massive for Celsius and international. And if we look at the energy drink industry as a whole, it's about a $85 billion industry right now. But by 2033, it's expected to be over 150 billion. That's a CAGR of over 8% every year from now until 2033. So if Celsius gained zero market share and they just maintain their market share position, that could be a baseline case of 8% growth over that time frame. And what we're seeing is currently North America is dominating the energy drink market at about 37%. But if we're looking into the future, the regions around the globe that are expected to grow faster than the industry average, these are all regions that Celsius is not in yet. So as they enter into these different international regions, they have a huge opportunity to capitalize on these regions that are growing at an increasingly faster pace than the overall market as a whole. So as you can see, if we go back to that map, Central America, South America, Africa, Middle East, and Asia Pacific regions all expected to be high growing energy drink regions from now until 2033. And currently, Celsius does not have any representation there. So, if they weren't to grow into these regions, there would be a slight risk that they're missing out here. But as we know, they're looking to aggressively expand internationally. This is showing the huge opportunity that these markets present to them. And if we go into the distribution kings that are going to be leading the charge for getting them onto as much shelf space as possible to make sure that one of the three Celsius Holdings brands are top of mind when a customer is walking into the store looking for what energy drink is going to power them through the remainder of their day. In North America, Pepsi is leading that charge, and they have a huge amount of skin in the game for Celsius success by having ownership of about 11% of Celsius. And what we're seeing is Pepsi distribution is already equaling increase in shelf space and helping them to expand there. Celsius this year is looking to expand shelf space by about 17%, and Alani Nu more than 100% shelf space gain. And from Rockstar standpoint, they're expected to maintain their space, which is huge because remember, Rockstar is actually decreasing revenue as of right now. So right now, the key for Celsius is to stabilize that brand and then work on reigniting that brand and getting it back to the glory days that it used to have when it was the third biggest in the energy drink industry. And for international, Celsius has an agreement with Suntory, if that's how you pronounce it, beverage and food. They operate in more than 60 countries across Europe, Northern and Western Africa, and the Caribbean. And also, one thing that's key is they operate major local production facilities. So this will allow Celsius to maintain their margins and keep their costs down because they're not going to have to produce in the United States and then spend a lot of money to ship it overseas. They'll be able to produce it locally and keep it close to the customers in the various international markets. And one other thing, they brought in a heavy hitter to lead the international charge. There's probably not a better guy out there that they could have brought in to lead this effort. They brought in Garrett, who has 25 years of leadership experience from Pepsi. He led Pepsi internationally across 120 markets. So as Celsius is looking in to get into all these international markets, they brought in a guy with multiple decades experience that has built critical relationships with many retailers across many different markets in all the new markets that they're going to be trying to enter. This will be one of the reasons why they're able to successfully integrate quickly in many international markets and get good shelf space and drive customer demand quickly. When he was owning 42 markets that he gained or held shares across 100% of those markets he was in charge of. So Garrett, this dude doesn't lose when it comes to international markets. Now next, let's look how they're going to be winning for new occasions. So the questions always comes up is like, can any new competitor just come in and try to make a healthy energy drink and steal market share from Celsius? Well, one of the way that they're mitigating this is they're coming out with different lines within the beverage industry as a whole. So they're not just sticking to only an energy drink can and only catering to that audience. They're coming out with different energy drinks that are tailored more towards performance energy and aminos. They're coming out with on the go powder packets. So if someone doesn't want to carry a bulky can around and they just want a very portable powder packet, they got you covered there. And if you don't want to have caffeine, but you're focused on getting your hydration and electrolytes in, then they got you there too with the on the go hydration. And also, when it comes to the different demographics that they were covering, before they just had Celsius. So Celsius was pretty evenly split between male and female, about a 50-50, but they were largely targeting those in the fitness and wellness industry, everyday consumer who might be using it for a little extra energy at their job, or someone who's living that active lifestyle and is looking for a low calorie energy drink. But now they brought in two new products. First, Alani Nu pulls in a heavy female focused demographic, and Alani's really focused on women's wellness, gym, and lifestyle. They're focused on the aesthetic and lifestyle brand, really relying on social media and trends, which also are really powered by their limited time offer and flavors that really drive the craze of those customers trying to make sure to stock up on those. And then you got Rockstar, which is really the opposite of Alani. It's really pulling in primarily a male customer. And this is targeting your kind of old school core energy drink sector that is focused on gamers, action sports, high intensity work, so like your construction workers, your landscapers, and these are gonna be focused on high caffeine and flavor. So across these three, you're pulling very different customer demographics that are gonna let you pull in different customers. And then the previous slide, they're pulling in different types of beverages and like on the go hydration, on the go energy. And with this, they're casting now a wider net. So they're not just focused on the very specific fitness and active lifestyle person looking for energy. Now they're casting a huge net in the beverage industry. So the three main bear arguments you'll hear is first one, single customer dependency. So they rely too much on Pepsi. Pepsi can control if they really want to pull back or renegotiate terms like aggressively that would then hurt Celsius. The next one is gross margins. People who are bearish will bring up, hey, the gross margins are being compressed, they're pulling back. What's happening is the company falling apart. And then the last one that you'll hear all the time is that the flagship brand, so the Celsius brand, is decelerating. Even though their revenue is still upticking, it was really just masked by their new acquisitions. So starting off with the first one about, they're too reliant on Pepsi and they could devastate Celsius if they decide to change direction or renegotiate more favorable terms for themselves. And the reason that this should not be of any concern is this all comes back to the bitter rivalry between Coca-Cola and Pepsi. It's always a battle of the ages. And years ago, Coca-Cola got a huge stake in Monster energy drinks. They have almost 20% ownership in Monster. So they really rely on Monster energy drinks to power that sector of the beverage industry. Now, Pepsi, they're doing that exact same thing with Celsius by having an 11% ownership at Celsius. So Pepsi is relying on Celsius to grow globally and be successful because the more successful Celsius can be, the more it can keep Monster energy drink in check, which then in returns keeps Coca-Cola in check. So at the end of the day, the global energy drink war is ongoing between Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and it's by proxy of Celsius versus Monster. So Pepsi wants Celsius to win just as bad as Celsius wants Celsius to win. Next up, the gross margin debate of they used to be in the low 50%, now they're in the upper 40%. The Bears are arguing that now that they brought in Alani Nu and Rockstar, it's bringing down the margins for Celsius and it's actually costing them profitability. But Celsius has already came out that they said as early as by the end of 2026 that the margins should get back up to the low 50% and that this dip is just temporary. They're going to get back up to the low 50% margin range by a few things. The first one is they're finalizing the integrations for the new brands they have, Alani Nu and Rockstar. Next, they're finishing up a new manufacturing line that will help to reduce their per unit production costs. And then lastly, the operational effectiveness that will help to optimize their supply chains and help to drive back the margins to those low 50s. The last bear argument that you'll hear is that their flagship brand, that Celsius brand, is decelerating. They'll point out the most recent quarter that Celsius only grew 6 to 8%. Yes, Q1 revenue was up over 100%, but that was largely just due to Alani Nu. And Celsius has already came out that this was deliberate. So over the years, they've been expanding how many SKUs they have. They've been putting out many different flavors. Some have performed better than others. And now it's time to really rationalize what SKUs that they put out there. So those slower moving flavors, they're getting rid of them. They're treating that shelf space how it should be as gold. You want to make sure that you're only putting the best of the best out there. So that split second that you get when the customer looks your way on the shelf, you want them to see the best of the best, so you have the best chance that they grab your energy drink and not one of your competitors. And at the same time that they're rationalizing their SKUs to make sure only the best flavors are out there, they're also expanding their shelf space. Celsius, we already talked about, is gaining 17% more shelf space, and Alani Nu is gaining over 100%. So they are powering up to be ready to re-accelerate to new heights by having the best of the best available and being on more shelf space. So that way, when the customer comes in, it'll be really hard for them to look past the best of the best flavors across their three brands. Now that we've locked in the brands, the leadership, and the global roadmap, the qualitative foundation is officially bulletproof. In the fourth and final video of this series, we are opening up the spreadsheets to break down the exact financial models, valuation multiples, and the concrete math that mathematically proves why Celsius is a $100 stock. Make sure you don't miss out on that fourth and final video. Hit that subscribe button down below, smash that like button, and make sure if you haven't seen the other videos in the series, make sure to click the playlist that I'll include on the end screen here so you can go check out all the other parts of this video series for why Celsius will be a $100 stock in the near future. Until then, grab yourself a Celsius. I'll catch you in the next one.